Accountability is something that a lot of us seem to struggle with. It's easy to point the finger and put a blame on a particular person, place, or thing that caused us demise, discomfort, chaos into our lives. Oftentimes, a lot of us tend to have an issue with looking at ourselves, holding ourselves accountable. What was it about? What was it about us that pulled this person in to our lives? What particular trauma have you dealt with in your life that you haven't healed from that's causing you to pull these particular situations, circumstances, and people into your life that's not conducive or your highest and greatest good? It's often easier to point the finger outward because it's easier for us. It's easier for to tolerate and to deal with saying that this person did me wrong. This job did this to me. This particular circumstance wasn't for my highest and greatest good. I'm just using that as a blanket example. If you don't look within yourself, if you don't identify your traumas, if you don't identify your triggers, you're going to have a hard time connecting that into why these particular people, places, and things manifest itself onto your space, onto your life. Take a deep breath. Look at it. Look at the situation for what it is. No, I'm not saying that you deserve the circumstance or the particular simulation that occurred into your life that caused you pain. But it is your responsibility to look within yourself so that you don't pull that same type of simulation or that same type of person into your life, because you could blame someone for hurting you or cheating on you, for an example, and you blame that particular person for doing what he or she did. But because you haven't healed from the situation at hand and you haven't done the proper analysis in identifying your past hurt, your past pain, your past traumas, you're going to pull the exact same person into your life, whether you took a break from dating or dealing with other people or making friends or not. It is very imperative to look within yourself, have the level of accountability to where you could accept the situation for what it is. You could be truthful and honest with yourself. You could be guided then to tools and themes to where you can make a connection to where you can then heal from the situation or circumstance. And then after a while, your simulation will change. Your outcomes are going to change. You're not going to attract the same people. You're not going to be in the same spot. You're not going to be granted the same type of opportunities that isn't paying enough. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Sometimes you need self-assessment, self-healing, and being fully, thoroughly accountable and honest with yourself. Because if not, you're only doing yourself a disservice. It's a pride thing that often we have. That pride is a killer, especially when it comes to healing. You can't be prideful. You have to leave yourself vulnerable, and you have to leave yourself with enough space to give yourself enough credit that you're now making the steps to make changes into your life that is going to open up new doors. Whether it's a new lover, a new friend, a new opportunity, any type of open doors that you would like. It's imperative to learn about accountability. It's hard for a lot of people to come out here and say, look, I pulled in these people into my life because there was a point in my life that I didn't feel like people liked me for whatever reason. I was picked on a lot. So, because I was picked on a lot, I don't know how to properly assess people coming into my life now and if they mean my highest and greatest good, because in my early childhood, I was never given the examples to see what it's like to really have a true friend that actually has your back. As an example, you'd be surprised in certain experiences that we've experienced that could cause a whole rift to your future. It's easier to say to yourself, well, at this point, what's the point of me approaching this situation? It was years ago. What's the point of dealing with it? What's the point of like going through the trenches of the details of something that happened long ago? How does this affect me now? It's easier to say that than to discover and to actually go through and sit in the actualization of your pain. And then everything else will shift into place. I promise you. So that's something that I would like to share. And I hope this message helps. Ashe. Peace.